breathing, mouthpiece, pause, super pause. So now I gotta do it nice and slow like Usher. But I hope you guys having a good one. Shout out to you guys that's tuning in. Yeah, I see y'all. It's wonderful. Keep it coming. What's up, family? Hey, listen. We're gonna jump straight into it, man. Now, yesterday I posted something giving you guys the true origin of this holiday called Mother's Day, and because of that, you got mixed emotions, mixed opinions, however you may see it. But what people tend to do is, instead of acknowledging it or studying it or learning about it, they take it upon themselves to use excuses. Now, the reason why I say we are in a space of always having excuses, because we are now people who don't hold themselves accountable, because the accountability comes with integrity. And because we have lost our integrity, we no longer desire to be held accountable for the things that we do, the things that we say, the things that we like, the things that we believe, the things that we accept nor reject. So now that we are in this state that we are in, where there's a lack of accountability, you're seeing a society that's not being able to correct themselves. So when they see foolishness, instead of doing the correction, they just gonna embrace it and have an excuse. And that's part of the reason why we still haven't yet elevated. I seen something that Dr. Umar stated, and a man asked him, why haven't the black people elevated or fought for anything since the civil rights? And he said the main reason is because individuals are afraid to take the approach that Martin Luther King took. And they know what he has done comes with assassination, if you might say. And a lot of us are afraid to live and die on the truth. Everybody's on the space of, I don't want to do that. That's too much of a responsibility. Now, responsibility goes under the umbrella of accountability, right? You're responsible to hold yourself accountable for the things that you do, the things that you say, how you perceive yourself around individuals. For example, if you are a parent, if you're a father or a mother, what you do around your children 9 out of 10 times will follow suit. So if you're selling drugs, your child might wake up one day, want to sell drugs. You doing it, vice versa, right? So when I seen that, I had to say to myself, wait, hold on. So this is a worldwide situation. So we know that we're not doing what we're supposed to do. We know that, certain things that we partake in isn't right. But because we are in an age where accountability is no longer an important factor, we then now take it upon ourselves to make excuses. So we'll make excuse to why the police kill a black man and nobody do nothing. We're making an excuse. Excuse me. We're making an excuse into why our children are outside being gang members and smoking weed and doing all the craziness. We were making an excuse for it because the excuse comes from us now holding ourselves accountable because we have lost our integrity. Right? Pollen just got in my throat. So what is the integrity of a black man? What is the standards do we hold ourselves by? Nobody knows. We associate with the amount of money you have. There's plenty of rich individuals in the world, and they are beyond lost when they have they stand on nothing. They have no foundation. So what is it? You understand? I speak on these things because these things are the main problems or the main situations that's going on within us, within the black and brown community. We don't have no integrity. So we don't believe in holding ourselves accountable. And we blame the system, and the system plays a major part. We're not going to act like it don't. But at some point, we got to hold ourselves accountable, right? All they can do is lead you to the water. If you decide to drink it, then that becomes an issue for you, right? So if I'm in a space filled with toxicity, do I man, I just really got in my throat. Do I really just sit there and accept it and be like, man, everybody else is doing it, so I'm gonna do it too? Or do I do my due diligence and try to clean it up? See, that's the thing that people don't want to understand, is we have the option to clean things up. We have no choice but to clean things up. You can't be putting another generation of black and brown people on this earth, and then you allowing the earth to just get as wicked as can be and say things, well, that's not my child. I'm going to be the best mother. What's up, my guy? Everything good? Good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put a child in the world and then say things like, you know, I'm gonna be the best mother, I'm gonna be the best father. How are you really gonna be the best mother and best father when you're putting your child in a worse state that we have ever been? Nor are you doing the due diligence to challenge those things that's placed before us, right? We thinking that as long as you go to school and you get a job and you make money, then everything is all peaches and cream. But in all reality, that's not how it goes, man. In reality, the elevation of a nation is literally that. We must elevate each other, right? The frequencies got to be on the same type of time. The mentality got to be on the same type of time. It can't be, yeah, you go ahead and fight for freedom. I'm going to cheer for you in the background. And if you do get it, I'm here. But if you do get murdered and assassinated, well, you know, I told them not to do it. I told them not to participate in these things. And these are the mentalities that I be talking about, right? Where a mentality like that comes from lack of accountability, the loss of integrity, no more morals, no more principles, no more dignity. We have neglected that. We have left that to the side. We said to ourselves, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that. I ain't got no time for that. I'd rather chase the bag, grab some ass, you know what I'm saying, smoke some grass, and put things in the stash. That's the mentality that we have. When the main objective is always and shall always remain is freedom. It's freedom. I spoke to the elder on the 7th day, and he said that we was never created to work. And when I say work, I mean like hard labor, right? When you see how the world is put together, right? If you hungry, all you gotta do is go into a tree, grab that fruit, and you eat, and you good, right? If you needed something to build, you ran to a tree, you grabbed some axe, you chopped it up, and you set it up nice. But you lived, right? Electricity, the foolishness that they tell you that, you know, Con Edison's the one that found it, that's a lie. We've been had electricity. History shows you that. The only people that was walking with lamps and lanterns was these individuals, because they didn't have access to the type of minerals that we have. We've always had these minerals. That's why they had to take over Africa, because they know this is the land that's needed for them to be where they at now. The cars that you drive, the jewelry that you wear, the clothes that you put on, all of that comes from one place and one place only. They could tell you everything that they want to tell you. They could feed you 17 trillion thousand lies, but you you gotta have the discernment to be able to say, well, this don't make sense. That's not true. This is a lie. And these people will tell you that. But because we are in a space of trying to not offend and uphold and please these individuals, we're doing that, and in the same notion, we're losing ourselves. We lost ourselves. You're no longer a black man if you don't have integrity. You're no longer a black man if you don't carry morals. Because that's in our nature, it's in our DNA. This behavior that you're seeing right now all through the ghetto is a taught behavior. They gave you this behavior through television. They gave you this behavior through music. They even given you this behavior through school. That's where this behavior comes from. This behavior does not come from you genuinely. Organically, you are a loving person. Organically, meaning untainted, untampered with. You are a loving, caring group of people. We were told to be gangsters. You was told that you gotta sell drugs. You was told that you gotta kill your people. You were told these things. You were taught these things. You wasn't born with it. When a child is born, if you thinking I'm lying, get a newborn child and have him walk. Put him outside into the open world. See his reaction. He might be scared because of all the influx. But in reality, as soon as he gets comfortable in his new environment, he operates in love. He will go up to somebody and say hi. And some of it plays with how he's raised at home. So if he's raised with love and care, and his parents and his mother and father is giving him that type of love, guess what? When he comes out into the real world, all he's gonna do is mimic what was done to him. So genuinely, like I said, genuinely, we are born loving, caring people. So this behavior that we are in now, these are taught behaviors. And I know a lot of you guys will agree to disagree, but this is not no time to be in a space of agreeing to disagree. You can't tell me that we lost. You can't tell me that the black and brown community still carry integrity. And yes, you may, I may, but I don't represent the 75 million that's here in America. I don't, right? So one of me doesn't represent the 75 million. If there's 10% more negative than positive, then by default, the answer to the problem is negative. That's just how it goes. That's mathematical knowledge, right? So if I see the community is no longer in integrity, then what are we? You can't dispute that. We can't argue that. We can't be in that space no more, where it's more just focus on you and let things be, and I'm gonna do me. This mentality and this behavior is the reason why we in these circumstances. This is facts, people. This is facts. This is the reason why we are in these circumstances. Because we living our lives with this self-preserve, focus on me, forget everybody else, and now everybody else is suffering. And then when things go wrong, they're the first ones to tell you guys to rally together. When things hit the fan, you are being programmed and persuaded to rally together. But when things is dandy, you're being told to only focus on yourself, focus on yours, focus on your family, focus on what, et cetera, et cetera. No, we got to do this thing collectively. This is a universal problem that's affecting every single black person. Not just you, not just me. You can't put yourself on the outskirts and thinking that, yeah, man, you go ahead and you do you, and I'm going to do me. Nah, fam. If you hurting, I'm hurting. If you crying, I'm crying. That's how the game go. We're not in a space to be on some, hey, man, it is what it is. We've been saying it is what it is for damn near 70 years, man. And 70 years, all I see in them 70 years is a destruction of a group of people and the uprise of everybody else. While we create a new trend, new fashion, new slangs, saying new things in that, we're also being put in the back seat of the bus. Remember Rosa Folk to sit in the front of the bus, right? They putting us back on the bus, in the back of the bus, and now they're so gangster with it. You're so no longer needed You're so lack of integrity and morals and principle, they're ready to kick you off the bus. So now we off the bus. Now we gonna start walking, right? But the difference is this walking is gonna become with monitoring. They're gonna monitor your walk with GPS, and you could take it metaphorical, you can take it spiritual, you can take it literal. Yeah, this is where we going with it, and it's all because of us. Because at some point, you gotta hold yourself accountable. Accountability comes with integrity. You can't have one without the other. So if we ain't having no integrity, how are we gonna hold ourselves accountable? How are we gonna have accountability? Are we even teaching our children that? Are you teaching your children? Are you teaching your child? Nah, you can't do that. You gotta hold yourself accountable. You can't move in this type of space. Are you teaching your child that? Are you? Are we? Because this is something that needs to be taught all across the board. There's a lot of things that we should be teaching our children in school. There's a lot of things that we should be teaching our children and not waiting for the professors to teach them. Certain things that you got to teach them. It is in your customs, in your culture to be respectful. It is in your custom, your culture to have integrity. It's in your custom, your culture to move with love, decency, and order. That is in your culture. You are born with this. Don't allow individuals to take that away from you for whatever reason it may be. You understand? You can't allow these people to take that away from you. You got to install that into your children. You got to teach your child that. You got to teach your daughter that. You got to teach your daughter that you got to always cover yourself up. Modesty is the best integrity. Dress up, boo-boo. What do you want in your life? You want a dick slayer or you want a husband lover? Which one you want? Because if you show exposing yourself, the only person people is gonna approach you by is with their dick. They're not coming to talk to you for your heart, for what you bring to the table. The man is gonna care less for that. Period. So when you have that type of understanding, then you gotta do certain things different. Right? Dress up, stay modest, stay clean, preserve yourself, protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guide yourself. Make sure you guide yourself in a righteous path. That's the only way we're gonna get ahead. Right? And the same thing what you gotta tell the fellas. Like, my man, pull your pants up. My man, you had enough blunts in your life. It's okay to put it down. It's time to conquer. It's time to win. It's time to set goals. Goals that other people will not believe you can meet, you can reach. You got to set these things for you. You got to do these things for yourself, black man. It's more than just waking up, smoking a blunt, waking up, doing the same thing. See, I woke up today, I said, you know what? I ain't work out since Friday. Sunday I was going to come out here, but I had caught up. You know, I do the podcast and stuff like that. And my daughter was home alone. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to stay home. But today when I got up, I said, you know what? Before I go out and go make my runs, my 1 and 2s, let me make sure I get my walks in. I don't have to run. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow it's going to be ab day. You know, like I set goals. It's all about setting goals. It's all about preserving yourself and demanding the best from you. You got to demand the best for yourself. I don't need somebody to say, yo, you fit. Oh, you look healthy. Oh, you look good. Oh, you glowing. No, I don't need somebody to do that. I already know that. Why? Because I know who I am. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we lost ourselves. because we are trying to fit into a civilization that was never designed for us to fit in. We was only being tolerable. They tolerated us because they knew what we brought to the table. Our hard labor, you know what I'm saying? Our strength, our might, our wisdom, our spirituality. They knew that we brought that to the table. And now that they sucked us dry, they know everything. They know the foods to eat, the herbs to make. They know everything. Now you have been expendable. I tell black people this all the time. You have become expendable. You are no longer needed in this place called America. We're just a ticking time bomb. Any given moment, they could just do the same thing they did in 2020 and say there's a foolish thing in the air and everybody got to get situated. And guess who's going to be the first people to go run to them? It's us. Like we forgot who these people are. Like we forgot about the Tuskegee. I ain't forget. I ain't forget about the AZT. I ain't forget. How you forget? Huh? You got to ask yourself these questions, man. How you forgetting? Because now they just waiting for the right time. The mass majority of our people is situated already. They just waiting for the right time. They just waiting for that right time to press that button. You feel me? To press that button, and all hell is gonna break loose into the community. People's gonna be sick out their ass. They're shutting down all these pharmacies. I keep saying that on every live that I come on. They're shutting down these pharmacies. Right? So now everybody is situated, and there's only 2 pharmacies per community. How much medication do you think these pharmacies is able to carry if another so-called situation occurred? Huh? How many? Exactly. Pay attention. Understand what's going on. Thou shalt not be asleep. You gotta wake your ass up and understand what's going on. Once you wake up and you understand what's going on, you will understand the agenda. It's all about depopulation. Because you're no longer needed, black man. All that drug smoking, woman beating, self-glorifying. Oh, that chapter has come to an end. Or you glorifying money? Or you showing the world that you get in the bag? Cool. Let's raise the prices on everything. They're gonna force us into submission, whether we like it or not. They're going to do so, and they're doing it effortlessly because they know that we have no foundation. They know that there's no banks for us to run to. They know there's no mama stores to run to. They know we can't go to Aunt Betty, and Aunt Betty's gonna make sure that we ready. It's none of that. All of that has been removed. The only thing that's left for us right now is literally the air that we breathe and the sun that's in the sky. And both of these things they're trying to take away. I mean, come on, guys. At some point, you got to hold yourself accountable, man. Come on, guys. Come on. Why you don't understand what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence that these people's platforms prevent brothers and sisters from really talking that real talk. Nothing tainted, nothing run and governed by these people. You know what I'm saying? The people that got the followings or the people that's bought or the ones that's compromised. Don't ever get it twisted. These are the ones that's compromised, and they're the ones that, you know, took a small PC just so they can be on TV. See, but the real ones like you and me, nah. The individuals that's really out here saying, nah, we're not doing that. These are the individuals that's not being seen. These are the individuals that's being overlooked. These are the individuals that's being told you're nuts, you're crazy, because we won't submit to the compromised information, the false doctrines that they teaching, this hypnosis nonsense that they've been giving us. We ain't applying to that no more. It's over for that. And there's going to be real individuals like me that come outside all the time and speak that talk. Because everything that I'm saying can't be disputed. They will create arguments because that's what they do. They like to send little betas, little weirdos. You know what I'm saying? These homo thugs. They like to bring them outside to combat the true information. This is what they do. This is their agenda. Always do that. There's always going to be a sandbone that's running around that's going to prevent you from doing what you're doing. Because anytime you go against their daddy, it's like, yo, you disrespected my father, so now I got to check you. They're always going to do that. But they're not strong the way that they think they are. They can't compromise the truth. They can't compromise this intel. All they can do is curse, say disrespectful things to get some level of emotion. Now, what I was told on this journey, I was told, if you're gonna do this, you gotta have a thick skin, because it's not gonna be them that's gonna come for you. It's gonna be your very own. Yes, there's a Judas in every crew. You just pray that it ain't you. I did a whole broadcast about that. There is a Judas, and these Judas is out here. They ain't caring. They'll smile in your face. They'll say, yeah, man, pro-black, black this, black that. But the minute you talk about their favorite daddy or their country, they'll find ways to demonize you, disrespect you, talk bad about you, make it seem like you're crazy, make you seem like you're nuts. Man, he wildin'. Yo, you smart? You think you smart? It be these niggas that has internet access that do all. These are these betas. And they doing that because they know that their time is over. These sand bones, your time on this earth is over. That Judas spirit is over. It's over. You will not be able to stand out. You will be seen like a sore thumb. Everybody's going to see you. And everybody, you should see the comments. People are like, man, shut up. Y'all sound stupid. Y'all sound ridiculous. So don't waste your time coming on my platform thinking that you're going to say something that's going to deviate or get my attention, where I'm going to say something so it can take away from the message. No, we fought tough out here. Okay. We fought tough. We ready for whatever comes our way. We ain't complaining. We ain't scared. We ain't sad. We ain't nothing. All I ask for you guys to continue support the movement. We outside. I got a brand new episode out right now. Title, has the black man overpriced himself in the workspace? Yeah. There's a reason why the migrants are taking your jobs. And a lot of it has to do with the demand, the self-belief. You feel entitled to have this amount of money. And now, because we in this mentality, we're being removed. Now here comes the Europeans who's coming along. Here comes the Arabs. Here comes the Chinese. Here comes all other nations taking your job. And those jobs, the desk sitting jobs, sitting at the desk, oh yeah, AI technology's taking that too. So where does that leave you, black man? The AI technology is taking over the desk jobs. The call service jobs that we was doing is being taken by them. Law firms is being run by AI technology right now. I got a sister who works at the law firm. They're implementing new high-powered computers that we don't even have access to right now. These Fortune 500 corporations, are implementing them. McDonald's having AI machines creating burgers. They don't need you no more. And all the hard labor, you don't have no skills, so you can't fit. You're unqualified for it. And some of us is too old, and the mass majority is too high, right? Even though they legalize smoking weed, there's still a requirement to take a drug test, because if you are found with that in your system, the job is required to determine should they hire you or not. And 9 out of 10 times, you will not be hired. All of this is intentional. People, wake up. Understand what's going on. Understand what is going on. Don't let these people feed you any more lies. Because the truth is the only thing that's going to set you free out here, fam. You hear me? That's the only thing that's going to set you free out here is the truth. Everything else is a distraction. Everything else is a distraction. Everything else is a distraction. And I'm going to leave it as that. I'm going to save this video for those that didn't get a chance to watch. You see, they're playing with my numbers. They don't want me speaking my speak, but, I'm still going to talk my talk. So I'm going to share this, save it, give this to your friends and family. Accountability equals integrity. You can't have one without the other. And because we are not holding ourselves accountable is the reason why we have laws of integrity. You heard me? It's your brother, man. I'ma holla. One.